Hello everyone, happy Friday. This is the Paper Princess and I have my new reveal. This is Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass. It uses Stamperia's Alice Through the Looking Glass and Alice in Wonderland. Both packs are in here and it's just a gorgeous book. It's a big one because I just wanted to have you see all the artwork was so gorgeous I couldn't cut it, so let me walk you through this album. I went a little different. I wanted to be whimsical because it's Alice, and I will show you what I did. And at the end of the video, I will tell you everything you'll need if you decide to make it. So let's dive in and see if you like it first, and then if you do, you can watch the end and I will explain what you need to gather up. So this is a big book. It's 12 by 10. It's got a 4 1/4 inch spine. It's just nice, big, heavy, and it's a book within a book. So I have the big book, and within here is a smaller book. So let's get into it and see what I'm talking about. So I made 3 pocket pages. So there are 6 pages instead of 8, because at the end you have your smaller book. So Alice is, sometimes she drinks and she's big and sometimes she's small, so that's what I was thinking of. This is held in with magnets and it's just super cool and different. So let's get back to the beginning here. I have my inside pocket, which I like to do so you can put whatever you want. You can have brochures, any kind of memorabilia. It's just nice to have that front flap be useful. So I have a little ephemera card that I made into a booklet. I magnetized it there with the little card people. It's so cute. I have my Tweedledee and Tweedledum. I have a little photo mat here that I put all throughout. There's a bunch of those. So this first page, this is from the Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass collection. There's a little mirror up here, and I use glossy accents to make it shiny. So if you do that, you put the glossy accents first, let it dry overnight. It takes a while to dry, but you can add touches like that throughout the book. So we open up, and let me get to where you can see all this. All right. So this first page, these papers are from the original Alice in Wonderland. So you have your rabbit with his clock. There are metal pieces with stopwatches, so you could put one here if you wanted. There's our tea party in the beginning with the Mad Hatter. I cut out a little piece that was left over. It says we are all mad here. And this opens up and it has very happy unbirthday to you here, and all the things that are in this pocket are the teacups and things, because this is our tea party page. There's a photo mat, so you will be able to put lots of pictures on here, and that way you don't have to cover up, your rabbit or your scene here. You don't really want to cover that up. That's just gorgeous. But you have plenty of other places to put pictures here. This pullout has the teacups. Okay, so page 2. We have, this paper is from the original Alice in Wonderland. You got your Cheshire Cat up there. I tried to go somewhat in order. And here you go. So on the inside, there's a pocket here, here, and in the middle, all the way across. So in this pocket, I put one of there's, on the 12 by 12, there's a whole sheet of these little cutouts. So I decided to put this one here. I have a teacup here. It says drink me. This one, there's 4 of these in each of the Through the Looking Glass packs. I use 2 Looking Glass packs, so you'll get 2 of these. And here's a photo mat, and I put a little card up there. I put cards everywhere. There's a whole sheet of cards in the original Alice in Wonderland, and I just put those wherever, all through the book. And over here, we have one of the 4 ephemera cards. She's on her chair there. I guess she's thinking about going through the looking glass. And these close up like that. And the pullout for this is a dark green grunge paper. That's by Craft Consortium. All right, so now, page 3, I have a top flap here. And I have through the looking glass. So the front of her is climbing through the window. And on the other side, it's the back side of her going through. So you have 2 sheets of this paper because you'll have 2 of the 12 by 12. So you'll be able to use one for the front, one for the back. I have 2 flaps here. And this flap, there's a pocket underneath. So I have a postcard from Wonderland. Down here, there's a little, I fussy cut there's a whole sheet in the 8 by 8 pack of little figurines of that go with the paper, and you can just put them anywhere. But I wanted to show you an example of that. And so for the things that I have in the pocket, I have the rabbit. This was from the original Alice in Wonderland pack. Here we go. Here's Alice with the looking glass. And I just put a solid here, and there's a whole sheet of mirrors with little sayings, and they're all really cute. So you can pick whichever one you want, put it there. I can't go back to yesterday because I was a different person then. It's just so cute. All right. There we go. The pullout is the mirrors. Okay, so page 4, love this page. This is Humpty Dumpty on the wall, and I have a little cutout I put here so you can lift that up. Cards again over here, another saying over here. I have this photo mat, and I have my from the second pack of 12 by 12s, I have Humpty Dumpty again. So I'm not going to cover this up. It's just too beautiful. But I have all this space in the back, all over here to put pictures. Whoops, I did the other. I guess you could have it either way, but I did like that. And I have the same purple as our pullout. Okay, so now we have page 5. I have this papers from Through the Looking Glass, and I put a little, this is held in with brads, and I have a little keyhole there, a metal keyhole. I also bought the clock ones, I used on the front, and then I got a pack of keyholes. So you can do that. This up here, it's so big I gotta get in frame here. I have Adventure that I fussy cut and put up there. I have 2 ephemera cards. This is from the 8 by 8. And then this page right here, the pocket lifts up and you see Alice. This is from the Alice in Wonderland collection. And the pullout is a chessboard. So cute. I love this. And we got our Mad Queen over here. All right, our final page, page 6. Actually, you can have this either way. So this is Through the Looking Glass. It's Queen Alice. And I made it so that these chess pieces kind of line up over here. So you can either put it like this or like that, either way. So on the inside flaps, we have our calendar, our unbirthday calendar, and the whole thing fits. So that's another reason why I made the book so big, because I wanted to fit all this paper. I have our postcard again, little booklet, and a photo mat, very big photo mat. And the pullout is red, and I put a little ephemera card there. That's our little men with the card shape, card men. All right, so now the back cover has our small book, and this is magnetized. There are 4 magnets on the back of here and on here, and so it stays pretty well there. This I wanted to make look like the front cover. This is from the 8x8 Through the Looking Glass, and I put our clock hands here. You can either leave them moving or you can glue them down, either way. So let's dive into this book. This book only has 1 pocket page, so there's 2 pages, but they're chunky. You can fit a lot in there. The first page, well, let me do the pocket first. The pocket, I have an ephemera card here. And Alice, happy on birthday. This sheet is from the Patterns and Solids 8x8. If you can't find that pack, you can just use solids or leftover pieces. You don't absolutely have to get that pack, but I had it and wanted to use it. All right, so the first page, we've got our Alice here. I've got our calendar, and we open up, and this is just a pretty page. It's light purple on the outside and darker purple on the inside. It says, we're all mad here. Got our happy on birthday ephemera card and our Tweedledee and Tweedledum again. So I wanted you to see them, so I put a little solid down here so it sticks up a little higher. And you can absolutely use that to journal. You don't want to forget to journal so you know years down the road what is going on. And other people know what's going on. So I did that. I left you a space for journaling. This is Through the Looking Glass on one side and just solid on the other. So even though it's 1 page, there are plenty of room here for pictures. So I have our Humpty Dumpty from 8x8 pack. And I put the line right where their hands are. This is the door and the bottom part of the door, and by putting it on the top and bottom, it makes it look stretched out, which is also whimsical and very Alice. We've got our caterpillar here and another photo mat. So it was just fun to do a smaller book. And the pullout is a dark blue grunge paper. The inside pocket here, I have a card with Alice, and I did put the glossy accent there on the mirror. Ooh, and I forgot to put paper on the inside, so I will do that. And let's see, I have a photo mat here. This is with the Patterns and Solids. And that is it. Here we go. So I hope you enjoyed this. Give me about a week to 10 days. I will post the videos 1 by 1 as I make them. I'll do each page will be its own video. And then at the end, I'll make the book, the smaller book, and that'll be on its own video. So I hope you liked it. Hope you join me. And let me just, if you are staying on to make this and write down what you need, we're going to do that right now. Okay, so I used 2 packs of 8x8 Stamperia's Alice Through the Looking Glass. If you don't make the small book, you'll only need 1 of these. I used 2 of Alice Through the Looking Glass 12x12 and 1 12x12 of just Alice, the first edition. And like I said, they do sell a pack that has 1 first edition and 1 Through the Looking Glass. So you can get that and then 1 by itself of Through the Looking Glass. You will have the whole calendar left over. There's 1 sheet left over of that. And you can just save it for when you make those the pocket inserts and things, and you have a page and whatever your pictures are. If they're January, you cut out the January and put that on that photo mat. So save that. We have 12x12. This is Craft Consortium. This is their Grunge Dark Tones. So they do still have this out there. And if you can't find it or whatever, you can just use solids of whatever matches the paper that you're working on, the design paper. You also will need to construct the book and all the flaps black cardstock. I use American Crafts black because it's 80 pound, and that is the best weight for bending and not cracking. It has a linen side and a flat side, so I use this. And that you can get, there's lots of places that sell this, American Crafts. Also, Country Craft Creations has an 80 pound paper as well. So that is all the paper we need. I did ink. Oh, I used 1 pack of 8x8 patterns and solids. That's optional. If you don't want to use that, you can just use a solid on the paper that I used that, and I will show you that in the video. I used a brown ink. This is by Close to My Heart. It's called Espresso, but a gray would work. A pewter color would work nicely too. I do use a book binding for the edges of the book. This one it's about 2 inches. So you can use 1.5 or 2 inch black book binding tape. I got that on Amazon. I do use magnets. I use the small magnets. Okay, let me show you what these are from. They're basic gray, and I do use 1 pack of the big ones to make that small book stick on the back. And I use a bunch of the small ones, but you can buy them in bulk, the small ones on Amazon that aren't basic gray. You can just get small magnets, but you just do need the large ones, at least a pack of that. I have a ruler here that has 1/8 inch measurements. If you don't have one, I will tell you which line, you know, how to get to 6 1/8. It's 2 lines after 6 and that sort of thing. So if you don't have one, I can tell you, but it's helpful to have. I did use score tape. The main size I use is 3/8 inch. But when you're making your base album, you need a big roll because you'll be using a lot of this. You need to cover the entire front and back cover. So I get a big roll. This one is 2.5 inches. And that's your basic necessities. I always, you know, have things like undo. I have some art glitter glue that I only use on the hinge. Special note, I can't show you how to make the hinge. That will be on my cut list. I can't show you how to make it, but I can tell you, you know, I like 3/4 inch hinges, and I will tell you where to place it, because in this book it's not centered. You will, if you want to learn how to make a hidden hinge, it's on paperphenomenon.com, and it's also out there on YouTube for anyone who's purchased the license to teach it. It will be on their YouTube page of how to do it. And that's it. So I hope you join me. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to get started. Thank you again for subscribing, and thank you to all my supporters. You've been very positive, very kind, and I love you all. So I will see you next week.